On deck, I am your commentator, Sheepy and Maya. I am joined by my trackers, Bright Beginner 1 and Made Work Hard. I'm really excited to see these two runners. They are formerly known as FW to second place for the Silver Gauntlets co-op tourney, and they are competing today to be seeded into our Ocarina of Time Randomizer tournament for SG Live 2020. SG Live 2020 will be online this year from November. Oh shit. I don't remember the dates, I'm sorry. Thank you. It's November 7th to 15th. We have a lot of great tourneys going on this year, a lot of great runners, and I'm really excited for this. And yeah, as VRX has stated, this is not what we want to see as our starting medallion for these settings. It is a stone bridge. Ganon's boss key is on the Vanilla Light era cutscene, which requires the Spirit and Shadow medallions. I don't know the rest. So we should be getting started here in just a moment, and it's gonna be a great time. I'm gonna get the settings for you guys, and we're off. So already we see some really good tunic colors on both sides, and I believe, as said before, these two players are formerly teammates, so they're going to make the same plays into Mido's house to Kokiri sword chest. So let's see if we get in Mido's house first. A blue rupee on both sides, a piece of heart and a recovery heart, and then we'll see those repeated again for both runners as they've taken the steps to go the opposite directions in their chest pickups. So this is Stonebridge, so we're gonna go grab our ocarina from Saria. Yeah, good start. Not enough rupees to go into Deku Didn't check the Kokiri sword chest. So we don't know. We're going to see some South Hyrule plays, which includes the open grotto into I believe these two runners will go South Hyrule to Gerudo Valley to Lake Hylia, or they'll do South Hyrule into Lake Hylia, come back up to do 3 Song Route, which is Zelda to Mallet to Lon to back to Lost Woods. Yes. So we see some South Hyrule, Lake Hylia. What does this hint say? Zora Frogs 2 is a slingshot. Hopefully that's not our first slingshot. And more money. Having Frogs 2 be a slingshot is both good and bad. We almost never need that slingshot except for logical purposes and for targeting the woods. Oh, we have a split here. Gav is going down to Lake Hylia. Meanwhile, Dylan is back walking off to Gerudo Valley. This is actually kind of interesting because we don't usually see the split here. Most players tend to take the same routes, but it's really nice to see this split here. Judging by time of day, we probably won't get the hints around markets on the way of the hero. So with the time of day, we're going to take the alley immediately over to Castletown. Over to Market in Castletown so we can do Richard. We'll catch it just before it hits night so we can get inside, do Richard. Check Richard, get the weird egg. Grab some money. Here's a free Deku Shield, which is actually really nice. On the Gerudo Valley ledge. Is this shop sanity? I need the settings. I'm sorry. Do we have a settings command? No, shop setting. Okay. Cackletown. Richard gives us more money. Okay. So our biggest changes are definitely... I didn't see it was in the waterfall, unfortunately. Didn't seem to be a little ahead of me. Bomb bag. Shooting maturity is a bomb bag. 50 is a deck is shield. Ice cavern on the way of the hero. And water simple. I believe that was boss key chest is dead. It was either boss key or river chest. Yeah. So I'm grabbing the weird egg here from Malin, which makes this, like I said, makes this 3-song route a lot nicer, a lot easier, because the time of day worked out perfectly to grab those 2 things. River chest. River chest is dead. Yes, it is me on commentary by myself. Forest Temple? Was that Forest Temple? I think they said Forest Temple's a foolish choice. Pretty sure they said Forest Temple's a foolish choice. Awesome. Good. I'm not dead. I'm not blind. And Dead Hand in the Well has a small key. I think that was Dead Hand in the Well. No, there's 2 Dead Hands. Never mind. Oh yeah, with a foolish forest, and more than likely is going to end up being required. It's either going to be our Shadow Medallion, our Spirit Medallion, or one of our stones, because Ocarina Time Randomizer likes doing that. But to rush ice, we need 2 items. We need our lovely Rita's letter, and we also need Zelda's lullaby. Logically, we need Zelda's lullaby, but you can easily get into Zora's Domain via hover boots if you know the trick. But logically, you need Zio. So we know Zio will not be an ice cavern. So we see child fishing from Dylan, and Gavroni is going to do his 3-song route here. So there's the letter. And more money on child fishing with Prelude on ZL. Not the best song, honestly, to get from Zelda. It is simply a warp song, yes, but it's not a very good warp song, as all that does is make the adult play a lot faster. Dylan's setting his Scarecrow song here. And accidentally talking to the Scarecrow again. And what is on our bottle? I could not tell what was on our bottle, but it doesn't seem like it was anything important. But hopefully we can get another look at that in a moment when Gav goes back towards Lake Hylia. So Gav. So Gav is doing Talon's chickens. Yeah, good for warping from Cookie Research chest, yes. And just a piece of heart on Talon's chickens. With Dylan coming back into market in the daytime, he can get child shooting, he can get the skull in the skull house if necessary. But he will have to wait time of day for... But he will unfortunately have to wait time of day for the weird egg to hatch. Malin teaches us Serenade of Water. These honestly are not very good songs to start off with. They're not warp songs, they're not songs we can use. So hopefully Saria gives us something nice on her song. But this pretty much gives us back our this is pretty much saying, here are your 2 songs you don't want to see early on. More money from child shooting. The seed just wants to give you money. Don't get to see those very often in Zooter seeds. This is shooting immaturity, 50 skull, ice cavern, and water. Yeah, boss key chest is what we got. Okay. Just a bloopy but in the back of the cow house, so all that means is just Lon Lon's foolish in this case. Nothing was in Lon Lon. And yes, a whole lot of nothing so far. So from here, we'll more than likely see the Kokiri sword chest. And actually, we might see a Deku play because he has enough money to buy a shield and some sticks. Or so we're gonna see a Deku tree play. We don't know our stones or medallions just yet. So this will be an interesting little start. So Dylan just did Richard, got his 50 rupees. I missed that hint again. I adore these runners. They read hints too fast. Skull Mask is a heart container. Another check we don't have to do. That's actually really nice to have that hint there. Because having Skull Mask as a always hint is really nice. Because it's one less 6-minute long check that you don't gotta do. And I believe that's that Goron City is foolish. That's actually an interesting hint. Which means nothing's in the maze, nothing's on the kid, nothing's on Big Rolling Goron, nothing's on the pot. Means also Darunia's dead, which is yes. That's actually really nice. Because that gives rid of a lot of checks, especially because Darunia is one of the worst checks I have to come back for. Because he likes to hide things like more money. As we see Deku Tree, we start off as Dylan is going to do his 3-song route and he's going to get his prelude from here. I'm wondering now, because we've seen the Deku play here now, if we're going to see a Saria right after it. Saria right after doing Deku Tree makes sense because you can grab Kokiri Sword Chest, you grab all of Lost Woods except for Target in the Woods and the Skull Kit. Unless Saria gives you Saria's vanilla. My money! Lots of money so far. More money! The seed is just money central. Not much in terms of items just yet, which kind of sucks. But what can you do with like, honestly, what you do is you take what dungeons you can do. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a play for adult to go into the Nongo's Cave. If we find a strength or a bomb bag or a bow. If we can find a bow, that gives us a bomb bag, which we can then do a lot more checks. If we find bomb shoes, we can start doing checks out of logic. Because bomb shoes are not in logic for these settings, so that's why we haven't found bomb shoes yet. Okay, there's a bow! As I was just talking about one. So, with that bow, once we go adult, that gives us a bomb bag, which gives us the Dongo's Cavern. Which is really nice. That means we are also 1 out of 3 items for our Foolish Forest Temple. And there's Rudo's letter, so that is already pretty much half of our Ice Cavern play. All we need is ZL to be logical or hover boots, which would be nice. But that's really good. A bow and Rudo's letter early on like this, just really good. Like I said, that gives us a bomb bag, that gives us Ice Cavern access. Actually, it doesn't give us Ice Cavern access just yet, but that does give us Jabu access. See some Flame Swords here from Gav, another stick, and we're gonna see B1 skip, I believe. we're gonna see the traditional method for B1 skip, which is uses a pause buffer here to make that jump. Unfortunately, a fail on the first try for it. There are a lot of variations for B1 skip. I believe there is this setup. There is the tsundere skip, which is a form of B1 skip, which involves an ESS turn. And there's also using the ground jump if you have a bomb bag by the time you come into Deku Tree. And a nice second try from Gav on his B1 skip. I find it kind of interesting how Gav isn't killing Skulls, but at the same time makes sense. Skulls just might just be completely dead this scene. Dylan is making the similar play of coming back into Kokiri Forest, so he more than likely will just buy 8 sticks and go straight into Deku Tree. Yeah. Since he got his shield for free off the Gerudo Valley ledge. And a nice clean one cycle here from Gavaroni on Goma. I'm actually not sure. I believe not, because there is a hint given in-game for those scrubs. And a big Poda bottle. That's also nice. So you'd have to change the text line that is given as well. And, oh, that is actually really nice. Deku Tree is a Gorn Ruby. So that is already one of our 3 stones we need for the bridge. Having a stone Deku is really nice here. Like I said, it gives us... Like I said, gives us one of the 3 stones we already need, and it makes it a little easier. Colossus, I believe that said right hand, is an ice trap, so we don't have to go up to get that one. Can't do Skull Kick yet because we don't have our Saria sound, but we can come get this. We can come get this scrub underneath the bridge. $40 is a blue potion bottle, or bug bottle. It's a bottle either way, and they're useful. So that's 50 dead, that's 40 dead. I think that was 40. And Dylan's now doing his checks in Deku Tree, so he'll get his bow, his Rudo's letter, and all the money in the world. So you'd have to change the hint that is given by the scrub directly, because it is 23 is number 1 if you're playing vanilla dungeons. For Master Quest, it is 32 is 1. Another heart container from the Ocarina minigame. I don't remember Master Quest's dungeon. Scrub layout. No one ever plays Master Quest except for a couple people in the community, so it makes sense. 31 is 2. Got it. Dylan just picked up his bow. We'll see some Sacred Forest metal. 13. God dang it. Dylan picked up... Dylan has his Rudo's letter now. as we go through the Sacred Forest Metal Maze as a child with the scrubs to get... what song? ZL is on Sarius. That's actually really nice with that Rito's letter early, which means that gives us our official access into Ice Cavern. That's really good. That's really, really good. Like, that's a really good find early on. Marcus Way the hero yet again. Yeah, this is the seed telling you to rush Ice. Which is not too surprising because of the settings. Lost Woods is a foolish choice. Nothing else in Lost Woods is necessary. And the Wasteland holds the blue rupee. So, a lot of things could be in ice, depending on our dungeon layout, because we still don't know that. It could be Nocturne, it could be Requiem for one of those two dungeons. It could be a Strength, it could be Hammer, Hookshot, Boomerang. It's... oh, right. Actually, you're right. It is not. We have no. Well, no, we have access to explosives, Waffle, because we have a bow. Bow gets us a bomb bag. So it is in logic. We just have to go get our explosives. My personal favorite dungeon, just layout-wise, I love the layout of Nocturne. I mean, not Nocturne, of Shadow. And there's magic! That's really nice! Okay, Seed, I see what you're doing. I really like the layout of Shadow Temple. But, like, thematically, my absolute favorite is Spirit. Like, thematically, I love Spirit Temple. I don't like doing Spirit Temple because Key Logic and Rando is... Key Logic and Rando. Forced... I can't... I don't... Forest Temple is... Forest Temple is a good first adult dungeon. Like, casually, Forest is a good first adult dungeon. But in Rando, it sucks. Meanwhile, in Rando, Water Temple is a really good dungeon. It's much better in Rando than it is in Vanilla. Like I said, Forest is a good starter dungeon to the adult nonsense that is dungeons. But like I said, as a casual player, Vanilla Forest is really good. It's like I said, it's a good starter. You're not really having to think too much. But Rando Forest, it is. Well, I'm checking out because it is almost never anything in Forest Temple in Randomizer. Hey, we get to see our dungeons. Jabu is our Forest Medallion. The Dongo is our Fire Medallion. Water Temple. Gaff. I swear to God. I love these runners. I do. I don't. But Jabu's our Forest Temple. I believe the Dongos was our Fire. I believe Water Temple was Vanilla. I definitely saw I didn't see Spirit or Shadow. So that's actually kind of interesting. So Spirit and Shadow, I believe, might be our Stone Dungeons. Which is both good and bad. Fire said something about sages? So here we're gonna get our bomb bag from adult shooting. Because we got a hint for this, which makes this really nice. So just come grab this bomb bag. It just makes so much nicer. And like I said, having Goron City and Lost Woods, both having Goron City and Lost Woods, both foolish, means you never need Saria song. Unless that is your force access. But force is also a foolish choice, so you really don't need Saria's song. Like, this seed just was like, yeah, no, I don't, like, unless you really want that slingshot, which you don't need, except for logic, but when do we ever care about logic for Decketry? Is there the heart container in the Redead Grotto? We haven't seen any other Way of the Hero hints, but it is probably Deku. We might see a Cat hint. We might see the Dongus Cavern hint. We don't know. But we have no other hints so far. Which is actually, like I said, this is really nice, honestly, to have what we do. Like, dungeon layout-wise for the most part. Like, medallion-wise. But until we get those other Way of the Hero hints, we don't actually know. Now I'm curious, what's Way of the Hero in Market? Because both Richard, Child Shooting, and Big Poe all had nothing. Which means it's more than likely, Mandarin just had a bundle of arrows, which means it's more than likely either Treasure Chest minigame, which we need a lens for, or it's Bomb Tree Building, which we now have a bomb bag for. Jabu, Dodongo, Fire Temple is water, Forest Temple is our Shadow Medallion, and Water Temple is our Spirit Medallion. So, that means, ew. I don't like this spread. I don't like this spread of dungeons. It does mean we have to go into Foolish Heart Forest, yes. There's Saria's song! There's Saria's song on the windmill, which is actually kind of funny. That could mean that's our forest access to whatever the song is over there. But it could mean that's our forest access to the dungeon. Fire is your water medallion. Forest is your shadow medallion. What does Anju have for us today? A Deku Shield. And that's 200. The gold rubies are 200, so absolutely useless. Nothing's really been in CAC either so far, though, except that bomb bag, but that was hinted. And I believe in these settings, if it's a hinted, if that item is hinted, that does not mean it's Way of the Hero. There's Saria's, yes, but that's only could just be force access. Dylan's gonna buy his Hylian shield. As Gavroni goes into Shieldgrave to get some nuts. But yeah, I was right about the fact that Spirit and Shadow are our stones, so which does mean more than likely. Just a blue rupee up on the box. 30 is a piece of heart, so 30, 40, and 50 skulls are all dead. More arrows, as we see Dante racing. This is actually kind of interesting because with the dungeon spread out of our medallions and our stones, it's really interesting because you don't have a lot of good dungeons. Your two other stones are Spirit and Shadow, which are both longer dungeons, and one of them, and you more than likely need the songs for both. Requiem or Nocturne could be out in Ice Cavern, and that is why it's telling you that you need to write that Ice Cavern is Way of the Hero. Yeah, and we're also missing OOC. We have not seen the OOC song hint either. Kokiri's sword on Danpei along with a bundle of arrows. It's actually really kind of interesting there, but not a good play out. But we can get another song here because we have ZL, so we can go get the composer's grave. While we can't check the item, unfortunately, as an adult, as we don't have Din's fire or fire arrows, it's fine because whatever the song is will hopefully be nice. So we're hoping for menu. So which I would really hope for in composer's grave is either Sun Song, so we can get another check. We want Sun Song for another check. Nocturne for Forest so we can have Shadow access, or Requiem so we can get out to the desert. Storms will be another couple checks, and we have Minuet. Like I said, Minuet just means Sarius now becomes useless. Which kind of, like I said, but Sarius was already kind of useless in the first place. But yeah, that's honestly not very good to have there. Because I really would not have wanted Minuet there. I would have wanted Sun Song, Storm Song, Song of Storms, because that gives us a well. But we don't know if Well's Way to the Hero or Foolish. It does give us quicker access to Forest Temple, yes. And it also gives us quicker access to go through Goron City because we have explosives. It could be Way of the Hero for Nocturne. It could be Way of the Hero for Requiem. Because Requiem tends to like to be Way of the Hero for Spirit Temple Key Logic. Because Spirit Temple Key Logic is a weird little lovely thing in Rando. Gavaruni's also gonna go buy his Hylian shield. Ooh, excuse me. As we see Dylan go into Danpei Racing. Gav is going up the mountain, which is actually kind of interesting. We know Goron City is a foolish choice, so maybe he's going into the Donga's Cavern from here. Like I said, we did get honestly a really good Burning Cack layout with Javi Dodongo. Fire being the only one that's like, eh. But it's a Zora tunic up there on the on top of the Donga's Cavern, so he might go get that, he might not. Water is one of our 2 required dungeons for the Ganon's Castle boss key. Dead Hand in the Well again. The Dead Hand in the Well holding a small key hint again. We want to see mostly come out of Dodongo's Cavern. I would like to see a strength, a hook shot, or a scale would also be nice. A boomerang would even be good as well. Bomb Chews, not really. Bomb Chews will only make some checks a little faster, but we do have a bomb bag, so we can go buy Bomb Chews. Like I said, Rang would be interesting because that gives us a song and starts off us getting a second song. Hovers would be nice because then we can get into, then that would make getting over to ice a little nicer, a little easier. Oh, there's an ice trap. Our first of 6, as we are not playing on Onslaught, Mayhem, or Avalanche. And Requiem's out here. No, Song of Time's out here at Minuet. Fire arrows would be okay. They wouldn't be the best. We do need Den's fire to get into Shadow Temple. But once again, more songs they're not really all that nice. Dylan's going back as child, more than likely gonna go up the river here. And I don't blame him with Letter and Ice Cavern being way the hero. You want to go up the river, you want to turn in that letter, you want to make sure that you can go rush ice right after you finish up river and domain. Especially because we don't have hints for either of those. So it's more hints. I'm gonna say it also gives you the first second job you can do. Hey, there's a slingshot, so that means Frogs 2 slingshot is officially useless. Too bad that slingshot's also useless. Because Lost Woods is foolish, and we've already finished Deku. And there's a scale, so there's really all of our river and Jabu access right there. Because honestly, having that skill right there is really nice. It's not the most useful, and there's a hook shot! I stand corrected. I was about to say the skill's not really all that useful, but it's really nice to have. But having that hook shot there in Dodongo's Cavern means we can get into Forest Temple. We cannot full clear Forest just yet, but we can definitely get into Forest Temple. We can do quite a bit in there. Nothing on Bombchu Bowling 1 so far. Let's see if Bombchu Bowling 2 gives us anything. Nope, so it's not Bombchu Bowling. So that means our Market Way of the Hero is unfortunately on Treasure Chest minigame. And yes, scale does make turning in the letter much quicker. Oh god, oh no. Our Market Way of the Hero is on Treasure Chest minigame, which means we definitely need the land. That's... it's kind of a yikesy. Big Poe was dead. Big Poe was just some arrows. And we've checked everything else. And there's hover boots! Dodongo's Cavern is paying out really nicely here. A hook shot, hover boots, and a scale? Dodongo's Cavern was just like, yeah, no, here you go. Here's everything you need. Here's easier access to Jabu, to Domain. Here's your access into Forest Temple with your hook shot. Here's some hovers to make everything a little nicer. A purple rupee was on Hyrule Castle Ferry, which means absolutely Jack is in. So that means our Hyrule Castle is foolish, unfortunately. Because that's not a good sign to see. But what is King Dodongo gonna get though? Like that's what's making this kind of an interesting play now. And King Dodongo has just a Deku stick. I'm actually kind of curious. I was thinking with him taking Dylan taking the owl back, he would have gone up to Cat. There's a Colossus on the Way of the Hero, so that means whatever song's out at Requiem. So the song at Requiem, the Fairy, or what's on the Archway is required out there. I would have thought with Dylan taking the owl back, he would have gone straight to Cat to get Dampe, as that time of day is really important. There's double defense on the wall. And yes, we stole his stick. I'm curious on what Gavaroni's doing here. I wonder if he's just gonna go, honestly, just get the skull here and blow up Link the Goron, so he can just get out to what is the word? Crater. Thank you. Get out to Crater, because we don't know what's out there on that song. He's got a hook shot. He's got hovers. He can do that. And if anything's on the volcano, he can also get that as well. There's some bomb shoes on Link the Goron. Yes. Gavroni beat Dodongo's Cavern, and he should have the fire medallion. Buying some beans from the bean salesman, which is a good idea, honestly, because something might be on the arch. That bean will be nice. A second bean will be nice. What was that? Was that a strength? Is that a strength in the river? That's Din's in the river! That's really good! That's Shadow Access. There's Sun Song on Bolero. This is actually really nice. Having Sun Song here gets another check when we go back to the graveyard. It's only one check. It doesn't look like anything's in the wall, but I can't be sure. Oh, okay, Gav. That does make that a little faster to have that void out there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure wall was a piece of heart, or it was a heart container. It was one of the two, but it was not really something we want to see anyway. But I want to say it was probably a piece of heart because of how tiny it looked. I did not see what that hint said. God dang it, boys. There's ice arrows, which... If you kind of follow along with the jokes of the Ocarina of Time randomizer community, it says bunga bungas and logic with that. As we have magic, we have a bow. We have ice arrows. Sacred Forest Meadow is on the way of the hero. We got Song of Time from Sacred Forest. We got ZL from Sacred Forest Meadow. Never mind. We got ZL in Song of Time from Sacred Forest Meadow, so that makes sense. Nothing was on the volcano as he didn't do the trick to go back to... Nothing seemed to be on the volcano as he didn't take the time to go back, right? To just use his hover boost to grab it. But let's see what's on the Summit Ferry. As Dylan goes into Domain. Big Goron Sword's on the Summit Ferry. That's a really nice find. That makes a lot of bosses so much nicer. Shadow's Temple's on Way of the Hero. I'm sorry. And yeah, that Big Goron Sword did not travel far. Gavroni is picking up his Song of Time while we find out Burning Cack is Bolero of Fire. So we're gonna see Gavroni come in and do the circuit. Probably do the starting circuit of Forest Temple, but he does have a bow, so if he finds the strength in here, he can full clear it. Otherwise, we won't see all of Forest Temple as he cannot continue. We're seeing Torch Run and diving minigame from Dylan. And yeah, it is a foolish. Force Temple is foolish. Never mind. So we really won't be able. So yeah, I think he saw the hint, but he also knows this is required. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's doing this just to see if he can get his boss key early. Get an early boss key. That means, and you have to do all of Forest anyway. Like, Forest is one of those temples that you have to do all of it anyway. So it's best to come in here early, get as much of it done as possible, and also grab these skulls, because we know 10 and 20 are still alive. Possibly. So it's one of the things of, like, you have to come here anyway. Get as much of it done as possible. Because you won't find anything in here, but Like I said, you have to do it anyway because it is your spirit medallion. And you're sitting just like, well, I gotta do it anyway. Might as well get my keys, find my boss, and see if I can find my boss key or not. And coming to do the circuit is actually pretty decent. As I said beforehand, because it gets you your keys, it gets you a little bit more knowledge, so you can start to skip a little bit more checks down the line. A piece of heart on diving minigame, and I didn't see what was in Torch Run, but I don't think it was anything necessary. King Zora has been moved by Dylan as he has turned in his letter, which means that also, like I said, that's going to give us access to the fountain and Ice Cavern. It's really good to have both of those open. But yeah, I figured it was nothing important in there. And we're going to see the first check of Jabu. No Forest win, which makes this a little bit of a interesting play. No Boomerang as well, but we might get a Boomerang in here. We might get Forest Wood in here. We could get a lot of things in here. So we shall see what we get out of Jabu, out of the first check of Jabu. He said, we know Forest Simple's foolish, so I can stop paying attention to him. 20 minutes, for like 5 more minutes. Carrying around Rudo, cause she's an entitled little princess brat. While we're going through a foolish temple and only getting essentially one check out of Jabu, I'm going to speak again a little bit about SG Live. SG Live this year, as I said before, is online, unfortunately, due to the COVID-19 situation in the US. But we have a lot of great tournaments happening this year, with their 3 main tournaments being Ocarina of Time, A Link to the Past, and hold on, I believe it is Super Metroid. Let me double check that for you guys. I don't want to be wrong. No, it's Final Fantasy 1 Randomizer is going to be our yeah, it is going to be Link to the Past Randomizer, Final Fantasy 1 Randomizer, and Ocarina of Time Randomizer for 3 main tournaments. We also will have the SpeedGaming Live Marathon that will also be running at the same time, and I believe on SpeedGaming 2 during this year. It's a second bow. Huh, that's interesting. Hookshot was in the Dongo's Cavern. And we got our first bow in Decatry. It's a piece of heart on the Boomerang chest. So nothing's here in Jabu. That kind of sucks. Bombs were on Shooting and Maturity, as we got a hint for that. Adult Shooting Gallery had our bomb bag, as we got a hint for that one. So we'll need to see what Wolf's Grotto has, because that could also be Way of the Hero here in Forest Meadow. As Dylan is heading over to the fairy fountain out as a child, and also getting this hint. Kokiri's sword chest was magic. They checked that after Decatry. As the Goron City is foolish hint again. Just a Deku shield in the Wolf's Grotto, so that means that more than likely means ZL is our Way of the Hero here in Sacred Forest Meadow, because we need ZL to get into Ice Cavern, which has something for us, because that is Way of the Hero as well. There's a Megaton Hammer. That's actually a really interesting find out here at the Zora Fountain, Fairy Fountain. That gets us... That pretty much is our... We can now full clear fire. Huh. Don't like that. I don't like that. Yeah. Yes, scales are bomb lock. Like I said, you have your bow in Decketry. Your bow got you your bomb bag off Adult Shooting Gallery. That bomb bag then gets you hookshot hover, gets you hookshot scale, and hovers out of Dodongo's cavern. Possibly? Possibly. It's not guaranteed that they're all bow locked, but they are possibly bow locked. Because we don't know where they are. They could just be hammer locked. That makes more sense. That makes more sense, Toxic, with the second hookshot being bow locked and the other two bomb bags also being bow locked. And we're seeing Dylan go up the river as an adult. He's already done everything he can here in the river, so he's just going straight up to Domain. While Gavroni's gonna go get, believe it was just money on this Hyrule Berry. But he's gonna check it anyway just in case. Ew. Don't mention GTGK logic. Hold on. Oh yeah, you're right. Everything bomb hammer locked. Wait, why can't second hook be bow spear check? I'm confused. Why can't second hook be low spear if first hook shot, if bow was even earlier? You can get first bow. First bow is in. Oh. Oh. Okay, I see. I see now. I see. I see now. Okay. I was sort of like, but first bow said Deku, you're more than likely. And I realized what you mean. I now get it. Thank you. I was sort of like, ignore the sheep. She's still probably kind of sort of waking up. Maybe she's also trying to eat a, a cookie. So, hey, Ice Cavern! I can get back to commentating properly again. I'm sorry, I'm terrible today. But we're seeing an Ice Cavern play for the first time, which is actually really nice. And we're seeing Gavroni take advantage of that scale he has to go into Domain this way. If I remember right, there was nothing in River, correct? I don't think there's anything in Domain either, but... yeah, there was nothing in River. And nothing in River, nothing in Domain. This is really interesting, but we had something in... we had the hammer out in Fountain. Oh, River had Dins. Never mind. Dins had River. River... I'm dumb. It's early! It's early! Shit! Don't get him out, right? Yeah, so Dins had River. River had Dins. English is a language I promise you all. Okay, I seem to have somehow missed a second bottle at some point. I don't know when I missed second bottle, but I missed a second bottle. Dylan has 2 bottles. Oh, right. Big pill bottle. Big pill bottle. Alright, big pill bottle. I completely blinked that out. The big pill was nothing. Dylan, go back to look what was in the dice. Yeah, the big pill bottle was on Goma, and we got Rita's letter a little earlier than that. I think that's our mirror shield. Or that's our lens. One of the two. Yeah, big pill bottle was on Goma, and that's how we figured out. So Marcus Way of the hero, and we need a lens. Because that's where our lovely Way of the hero. That's our lens. So that's actually, that gives us our market Way of the hero. That's what I was like, why can't, that's what I was trying to figure out, like, what do you mean by saying 10 and 20? I was like, why can't 20 be it? That's why I was mostly confused, and I was like, I get 10, I get Dompe. I was like, why not 20 though? Yeah, 20 could still be our hook shot, if everything, because everything else is pretty much locked at this point. But Lens will get us. I do not believe so. Nope, I don't see it. I do not see Lens on the tracker. Granted, don't trust me, I'm also blind. Do remember that you can also track bombs on the tracker as well. The bomb bag does upgrade. But yeah, that was Lens, which gives, like I said, that gets us our Way of the Hero in Market, because neither of these runners decided they're gonna 1 in 32 it, and we're gonna see some lovely glitchless jumps. English is a language. Glitchless jumps from Dylan here in Ice Captain, which are really nice and really cool. Well, yes, he could bomb jump. Well, he could ground jump here. He wants to show off a little bit of swag with his glitchless jumps, because some of them are a lot easier and actually save a little bit of time overdoing ground jumps. Oh god, hold on. Sorry about that. I'm better. Couldn't breathe for like 2 seconds. The Wolfos is down. Let's see what's in the chest. And the song here. The song, we know the song is going to be what song it is. That's Nocturne. That's really good. That gives us another hint. We can get into Shadow Temple, which we need to do anyway, because Shadow Temple is a stone and is required. It is also Way of the Hero. Ugh, Shadow Temple. If I remember correctly, I think we can do everything in Shadow Temple. I think we can do everything in Shadow Temple. I'm probably wrong. I feel we need something else, but I can't think what it is. Hey, Toxic, do we need a long shot in Shadow Temple? Or is it just a hook shot fine? I'm more going with logically. Can we do? Okay, so yeah, logically, we have almost everything. The strength could be required, though. Yes, I was like, I'm missing something. I can't think what it is. So yeah, logically, for the most part, we can do all of Shadow Temple. King Zora had nothing. See it. Domain didn't have anything, but River has your den. this fairy fountain that Gavroni's gonna check. It has your hammer. Oh, what's this? Dylan does have lens, yes. No, Dylan does not have lens. Gav has lens. Yes. Wait, no. Dylan has lens, Gav does not. Dylan's setting time of day. That's actually because he doesn't have Sun Song yet. Okay. So yeah. Dylan has lens from Ice Cavern, so once he goes back child, he can do Dompe and he can do Treasure Chest minigame, which will get his which will get us our Way of the Hero for Market. I had a moment there. I find that kind of funny. We're seeing the age changes in reverse. While Dylan is going back child, Gavroni's finally going adult. It was a great sync there. I love that. Such a good sync. And Gavroni is playing Minuet here. I'm pretty sure this is going to be him. Why is he going Minuet? Hold on, what? Gav has a sling from somewhere. The Dungus Cavern, which is useless. The sling is absolutely useless because Lost Woods is foolish. Yeah, that is 11 tokens for Gavroni, so he can go check 10 skulls. If let me get it right. Lift. Right. The fool, like I said, with the foolish loss was it made a lot of things just like, yep, no, you don't need it. Right. Gav's gonna get his den. Left. Left, right, left. Was the code. What are we getting out of here? There's our iron boot. So that all we need is a long shot. And that's our water temple. So we can full clip water temple. Oh, and a strength. Because water temple likes to be water temple. A long shot and a strength gives us full clear access to water temple. But we can go dip that. We can go dip water temple now, which is actually really nice here. Dylan's is going to how's that desert access? I'm confused. Okay. How is Iron's desert access? Please explain. No. No? Iron. We need a long shot. Okay. So there's no tracker icon for lens because there is very rarely needed for anything. And lens is one of those weird things where it's like more bomb to use from Dompe. Lens is one of those weird things where it is really only required for treasure chest minigame and crossing the wasteland if you're bad. Or you don't know if you don't know lensless. I can't say you're bad because I don't know lensless. But yeah, lens is pretty much only for lensless ways for doing crossing the wasteland in logic in treasure chest minigame. For these settings. Yeah, and I was talking about water because I had mentioned we need a strength and long shot to full clear water, but with those irons we can dip into water. Dylan here is going to grab his cack skulls, which will bring him up to 10. I think just past 10 maybe. So he'll be able to check that. And SpeedGaming, our lovely SpeedGaming, our lovely researcher has pointed out, if you want to help volunteer and help out with all the SpeedGaming channels, let us know. There is a application. I believe that's our application form. It'll help out a lot, cause yes. And yeah, if you a lot of the flying pots have hearts in them. So if you just carefully time that to shield right as the pot would hit you, you don't take the damage from the pot hitting you, but you do grab the heart out of it. As we know, Gavroni will only be grabbing his Nocturne and something else out of here. Oh yeah, double defense actually just would nullify so hearts in this game actually go via 6 are actually in east rather so it only shows you quarter heart damage, but it does the minimum damage counter is actually 1/8. So while it doesn't look like you took damage, you did, but the full heart but the heal would also just immediately just nullify that out. So yeah, Gav's gonna grab his lens here, and he's gonna get Nocturne from the end of it. And we're gonna see 10 skulls from Dylan. So 10 skulls has piece of heart. Absolutely nothing on skulls so far. We have to find. All we have to do is find out what's on 20, because 20 could still have our other hook shot. It could have our strength. It could have our light arrows. It could have a lot of things. I don't like the idea of it having something, though. Gold scale would actually be absolutely useless. It could have gold scale, but it would not be helpful for anything, because we have iron boots. But it could have, like I said, it could have gold scale, it could have a tunic, it could have a strength, it could have another slingshot, another bomb bag, our rang, our long shot, our lights, our fire arrows. Too many options. So, Dylan's going back adult here. So where does he go from here? Excuse me. Does he finally take the dive into Dodonga's cavern? Yeah. Neither of them got the Zora tunic on top of Dodonga's cavern. It's an entrance. Which is actually kind of interesting, but at the same time, I believe they have enough health on both sides. They have enough health for the timers in both Water Temple and Fire Temple if they choose to go into those without the tunics to pretty much do whatever they need to. Guy's gonna check top of lab and adult fishing here. Probably also diving in the lab with those iron boots. Oh no, wait, he can't do diving in the lab. Never mind. Doesn't have a hook shot. Can't cheat it. I guess you could if you time it right, maybe. It's not a logic. Just Neru's love up on top of the lab, which we don't really want to see. But let's see what the adult fishing gets us. We know child fishing just got us some money. We know this chest only has a rupee in it. Haven't seen a wallet. A wallet would get us a Goron tunic, but that's about it. And yes, Dylan has not gone up to Dodonga's cavern yet. You're right. Dylan's probably also just gonna ignore that tunic anyway, because they, like I said, he has 6 hearts. 6 hearts gives you just enough time to just... And there's fire arrows on adult shooting and adult fishing. Sure. So yeah, I do think you're right, Toxic, that Gav is going to... Yeah, Gav has not gone down the river yet. He took the lake height. He took the entrance from Lost Woods to go into Domain. But I think he's gonna go up the river. He's gonna go down the river here. He's gonna get his dins this way. Get these hints we've already seen. And that way, like I said, from here, I wouldn't be surprised if Gav just goes into Shadow Temple here. Because he pretty much has almost complete access to it as long as key logic is nice. As long as key logic is nice. Hey, there's that green rupee. I was wondering when that was gonna show up. So we can peek Tektite Grotto from here. What else can we do? So from here you can peek Tektite Grotto. 20 Skulls is available. The Dodongo's Cavern is still available for Dylan. So we have Shadow Temple we can check. We have Water Temple we can check. Honestly, this is when you start just dipping your dungeons, I feel. The only one we still can't get out to, this game loves us, is Requiem. We can find Longshot in here. We can find Longshot. So with Way of the Hero, Shadow Temple, we are more than likely going to find Longshot, a Strength. Boomerang could be in here, which would be kind of oh no. A Tunic could be in here. Because Way of the Hero likes to play with the Tunic. But we also know Burning Cack is just for Boleros, so it more than likely will not be the Goron Tunic. So we don't even have our first, so we don't actually have the Goron bracelet yet, but 2 strengths could be in here. It could be strengths, it could be Longshot, it could be a rank. Because we have seen, or it could be light arrows, and it just is really terrible. Because the game loves us. The game loves us. There's a strength! It could be a while yet. It could be a while yet. But there's a strength. So that now eliminates the issues of can't full clear shadow potentially with the key logic. That also means they can go back into Forest Temple and finish that out. That gets you your finished Forest Temple. That gets you to finish Forest Temple, which gets you one of your 2 medallions you need. Gav, why are you leaving? Gav, why are you leaving? Okay. Oh, you know what? He has strength. Go finish this out. Because this was foolish. He's already started it. It makes sense. Never mind. I was like, why are you leaving? What? I personally would not have left Shadow Temple as it is Way of the Hero. And I could theoretically full clear it. But I don't blame him here at the same time, because Forest is something we need for the boss key, but we also know we need Shadow Temple because that's the stone. It's Way of the Hero. It is Stone Bridge. Yeah, no pet this game. The pedestal in this game just tells us I wouldn't do fire just yet. Like I said, we know Shadow Temple's Way of the Hero. Actually, wait, I don't know if Gav knows Shadow Temple's Way of the Hero. I'm trying to think of what's closest to pet here. The closest thing we have to pet in this game is Ocarina of Time, and we don't know what that song is, but we know what it cannot be. Can't be Requiem! That song cannot be Requiem. But yes, well, we're going through dungeons we have already done. Shadow Temple is is another Way of the Hero. But speaking of SG Live this year is going to be fully online. It is from November 7th through 15th. We have 3 main tournaments that'll be running: the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Tournament, A Link to the Past Randomizer Tournament, and Final Fantasy 1 Randomizer Tournament. I believe we also have some side tournaments that'll be going on at the same time. Burning Cack is Bolero. We still have not, like I said, we have not seen an OOC hint, which is more than likely just Storms or Ponas at this point. Because we know Requiem can't be. Requiem could be. Oh, OOC's a sometimes hint? Oh. Huh. Good to know. That's an interesting. Oh, that makes sense. Nope, we have Saria's. The song at Saria's was Zio. Zio was at Saria's. Minuet has Song of Time. There's Dylan getting his hook shot. Okay, so we won't get a note. So we will not more than likely see an OOC hint in these settings. That's what I was like. I wouldn't do Fire Temple. In this case, I would have, like I said, that's why I was saying I would have finished out Shadow Temple, because like I said, it's a stone we need, and it is Way of the Hero. That's why I was like, I wouldn't have left Forest. It makes sense. Like I said, it's a medallion we need, but Way of the Hero Shadow. Way of the Hero Stone Shadow. Standard rule set, yes. Standard rule set with Stonebridge and Ganon's boss Light Arrow cutscene. Dylan's finishing up his Dodongo's Cavern right now, so he'll be getting a stick from here and his fire medallion. As Gavroni is finishing up Forest, and I am completely checked out from there. So we know nothing's gonna be in Forest. The only thing that we found in Forest was a second bow, which is bow locked anyway, because logic. Yes, but the medallion can never be Way of the Hero, and does not actually affect the Way of the Hero or Foolish. Shadow is required, is a stone. It is also Way of the Hero. Which is why I was like, why leave Shadow? So I was like, it's Way of the Hero, it's a stone. I get clearing Forest, but at the same time, that's why I'm thinking Gav does not have the Shadow Temple Way of the Hero hint. So I'm thinking Dylan is the one who has that hint. Forest Foolish was early, and he knows that. That's what was like, why leave Shadow when it's Way of the Hero? Like I said, they both have the Forest is Foolish hint. I definitely know Dylan has seen the Shadow Way of the Hero hint. But I wouldn't be surprised if he left just because he's like, I know I can full clear this place, but I'd rather get rid of a dungeon so I can get my boss key a little faster. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to, from forest, he's going to go into water, finish that, and hope he can find long shot in water temple, so he can full clear that, get his boss, get his Ganon's castle boss key, and then go do shadow and spirit to get his stones. But at the same time, I wouldn't have let shadow temple. I really wouldn't have. Not as a way of the hero and a stone. Especially since you know your bridge is stone dungeon. If Dylan has seen the hint, if Gav has seen the hint that Shadow's way of the hero, and he left after getting strength, I'm wondering if it's he's hoping to finish out his Shadow and Spirit Medallion dungeons, so he can get his boss key. So once he's done Shadow and Spirit Temple, he can just rush straight to the castle without having to come back and get his key. But who knows? I surely don't, because I'm not a mind reader. Sorry. But Dylan is in Shadow Temple, so we'll see if we get anything else out of here other than our first strength. We know we need 2 of them, because Spirit Temple is a required dungeon. And there's our boss key in Shadow, which is kind of nice, but not really to have early, because you gotta full clear this place anyway. I wish I could breathe for more than 5 seconds. That'd be nice. Collect the silver rupees in Shadow Temple. Heading towards Phantom Ganon and Forest Temple. Nothing so far, neither one. Just more keys. All the keys. Keys. I wish I wasn't solo. So yes, the medallions, the only 2 medallions that are required are the Spirit and Shadow medallions for the Ganon Temple boss key. Ganon's Castle boss key. I promise you I know what I'm talking about. Meanwhile, these stone dungeons are required to make the Rainbow Bridge appear, which is why it was very strange that Gavaroni left Shadow Temple after getting his strength. It is not in all medallions. We are not going off the weekly settings where all medallions are necessary. We are not going off the co-op tourney settings where medallions are necessary either. So far, Shadow has had nothing but that strength. And a key! And a piece of heart! As I said before, nothing in Shadow Temple so far than that first strength. Maybe Gav did. I can't even say Gav made the right play here because that's still a lie. Phantom gains more than gonna have money or a piece of, and it's money. Because this seed just liked money. The seed was like, oh, you need money? Here, I'm gonna give you money. Because that's all you need. That is our spirit medallion. No, our shadow medallion for Gavaroni. As he plays Prelude. More than likely. Yeah, lots of money. No wall of distortion. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes child here to check Lynn's minigame to only go right back adult to go do Water Temple. And the key! Still nothing in Shadow Temple other than that strength. Lots and lots of keys. Bundle of arrows. Still nothing else other than that strength. Still nothing else. Luckily, Gav does have Sun Song, so he doesn't actually set his time of day like Dylan did. So he has a bit of an easier time setting up for Lynn's minigame to make this a little faster for himself. Getting a right. A Decanut capacity upgrade in Shadow Temple. Another right. Right, left, right. I believe you have too many there. It's only 5 rooms, so it's right, left, right. But yes, SG Live is complete. There's Long Shot. Long Shot to Spirit in Shadow Temple. Really wouldn't have left. So now Gav has to come back into Shadow Temple to get his long shot, which is really nice because from here, this just means from here, Dylan can go to Water Temple and just full clear that right off the bat. That's really nice for Dylan, which is also really bad for Gav because don't know. Does Gav go back into Shadow Temple from here, or does he go straight into Water Temple with that his long shot? But yes, SG Live is online this year. It is from November 7th through 15th. We have 3 main tournaments that will be running through that week. It'll be the Ocarina Time Randomizer Tournament, the Final Fantasy 1 Tournament, and the Link to the Past Randomizer Tournament. We also have a lovely SpeedGaming marathon that'll be running throughout that week as well, to give everybody. Yeah. Oh no, Gav, don't go into Water Temple. That's why I was like, I don't think he's gonna go. And there's silvers. This Shadow Temple is loaded. This Shadow Temple is loaded. Oh god! That means... Oh no! Oh no! Your first half was just all keys, but this is also Shadow Temple. You have to do all of Shadow anyway, because Shadow Temple does not care. Shadow Temple is like Forest Temple. You have to go through that whole dungeon anyway because it is very linear. This is really good for Dylan, really bad for Gav. Because unless Gav goes right back into Shadow Temple after finishing these checks out in Lake Hylia, he's gonna be behind because he's not gonna have his silvers, he's not gonna have his long shot. Water Temple could still have our light arrows or our boomerang, but Desert Colossus is way in here. So I'm thinking, and vibe with me for like 2 seconds. I'm thinking Desert Colossus either has our boomerang or it has our Requiem. Or it has a tunic out there and it just is completely screwing with us. But this is really nice. Like I said, this is really nice for Dylan, bad for Gav. Because as Gav is coming back to do all of these checks, so Big Goron's sword was actually in the Summit Ferry. It was in the Death Mountain Trail Summit Ferry. So it moved literally from Big Goron to the ferry. Like barely a foot away. I don't want to move, but I need to. It's bad. Gavarine is gonna go into do diving minigame. So yeah, it was French Vanilla. The Shadow Temple boss key chest has the second capacity upgrade. That's actually kind of hilarious. That is 14 skulls for Gav. So he's a little closer to that 20 than Dylan is. 20 skulls could just be absolutely nothing. There's a piece of heart on the diving minigame. I do apologize, everyone. I will be right back. But I will be continuing to watching so I can continue to complete one. Dylan's also 14 skulls. Thank you. So yeah, be right back. Very rarely do races ever hinge on important item block behind high sculptural account, but we always get hints for those, so that's very rarely. And Gav's going into Water Temple. This is bad, but yeah. Sorry about that. So, the good thing is that you can never have anything behind 100 ghost skulls. Unless you have your brakes set that way. Apologize for no commentary for the moment. But Dylan has finished Shadow Temple, which was our Kokiri Emerald, which means our Zora Sapphire is Spirit Temple. Yeah. Okay. As I move back into my space, I can give you a little more vocal commentary again. So we see Gavron using Water Temple. He can't pull clear, as we know that long shot is in Shadow Temple, as it was way the hero for quite a number of things, which is kind of scary. But we still don't have Requiem, and Requiem key logic Spirit Temple key logic could still, require us to find Requiem. Requiem could be vanilla, as we now have access out to the desert via long shot in hover boots. I mentioned this earlier in chat, and actually also both in commentary as well. Gavroni could be playing for the to finish Water Temple, hoping long shots in here, so he can have so we can have the light arrow cutscene to get his Ganon's Castle boss key. So once he finishes both those, he can then do Shadow and Spear right behind each other, and then go up the tower. If he has not found lights before then, to grab his light arrows, grab the light arrow hand and look for those. But we see Dylan's in Forest Temple, kind of retracing steps we've already seen before, so all new checks right now are just on Gav. Out in my ear. Oh, so that's what that foolish bow was. Okay. I missed that foolish bow, because I was paying attention to Dylan at the time. See, this is really unfortunate. This is really unfortunate for, like I said, not finishing going through. So ice arrows are not on the tracker, but I believe both runners have them. Ice arrows actually are not required for logic ever, because it is actually much faster to kill Bongo Bongo without ice arrows. I was concerned about that magic there. I'm not sure of both of them, but I definitely know one. At least one racer has them. So having only, I believe, 6 hearts and no, 2, 6, 7 hearts, having 7 hearts and Big Goron Sword, that makes the Darkling fight a lot easier because it is just simply nut and jump slash him twice. Yep. Deku Nuts are really powerful, and a lot of people don't realize how powerful they are. Because Deku Nuts do a lot. Like, you can... Yeah, like, you can stun Dark Link with them from a certain angle. You can, you can actually harm Ganon in the first phase when you don't have your Master Sword. Based on Stalfos. Like, Deku Nuts are really powerful. And his River Chest was just a purple rupee. Looks like that. Deku Nuts are really powerful. And I like, it's one of those few things that I wish kind of like we figured out as like children. But it's also really good that like... Okay, so Gav has Ice Arrow. Dylan's not. Good to know. Thank you. And there's our boss key on Dragon Chest. So, where you going now, Gav? Go back in the Shadow Temple, Gav. Hovers were in Dodongo's cavern. Go back to Shadow Temple, Gav. I think Gav is going to fire, yeah. Not very sure. I am actually not very sure at all. Give me a second while we're kind of going back over the checks. Oh, he might have. Oh. I'm going to double check really quickly. As I said, while we're seeing kind of some... Oh, we might be just checking this fairy. Like I said, he is looking for Longshot, and if... So either he has misread the pedestal, is not sure the setting, which I doubt. Because these settings are posted in the SpeedGaming Live Discord. Double checking. And double check. No, so actually, he can. So the settings are. So Gav should know the settings. I think this is legitimately him playing to find his long shot. I don't know. Now I'm actually thinking he probably did not see that Shadow Temple way the hero hit. Which is why he didn't finish Shadow. because I just double checked in the channel in the race time for the race time GG because it does say Stone Bridge. It actually says Stone Bridge vanilla lighter cutscene for Ganiskin Bugowski. So I actually don't know what's going on here. And now I'm getting a little concerned because because I would have definitely, like I said, I would have full clear Shadow. As I said, it's a required dungeon. It's Way of the Hero. Oh dear. Oh, and thank you, maid. So we haven't seen. So kind of going back over what we have. We're missing. We're missing light arrows, potentially Requiem, definitely our mirror shield. Quick, something real quick. Ignore me. But we have Gav doing Fire Temple to get into the Flare Dancer at the moment. I am completely unsure what's going on with Gav here. Oh boy. There's his boss key for Fire Temple. Maybe. Because we did find a hammer in the fountain, but fountain wasn't Way of the Hero. Maybe he's just playing it safe? I really can't think of anything. Because it could be like that he's playing off the ZL Way of the Hero. ZL does get him Ice Cavern, which gets him Nocturne, which we know Shadow Temple is Way of the Hero. ZL also got him his hammer, however. So... we know he's not playing for Bolero because Bolero's a Burning Cat. And that's not needed. I mean, ZL is Way of the Hero for Shadow. We know we need ZL for Shadow. And there goes Volvagia down for Gavaroni. I'm now concerned. This is interesting. And does Dylan have... oh, I didn't actually... Dylan, Nadia. Yeah. Back to Shadow should definitely be next. Because he got nothing out of... he didn't get his long shot out of here. And... like I said, no boomerang. Which... Where is our bird? If he doesn't go back to Shadow from here, okay, he's going back to Shadow. I'm gonna say if he doesn't go back to Shadow from here, wouldn't surprise if he decided to cross the desert. But thank God he's going back to Shadow here. He worried me there. I was like, go back to Shadow. Yeah. Frank could be in Valley. Frank could be in Water Temple. For all we know. And it could just be chilling out there, being terrible. And it could just be absolutely unnecessary. It could be on Colossus, and we need to go. Okay, oh, right. Right. Doesn't have a long shot. I'm done. No long shot, right? So Gav doesn't have long shot yet. That's how you can don't get Pyronis confused again. Thank you. So yeah, Dylan's now going into Water Temple, and he can actually full clear this with his long shot. Yeah. As an overall, logically they can cross the wasteland, but specifically Gav cannot. So yeah, we've seen Dylan going into Water Temple. We know we've seen Bosky, I think. Yeah, Bosky was on Dragon Test, which is ew. I also hope so, because I will absolutely be mad at him. Gav, you have. Hopefully, he continues through the rest of Shadow Temple and just gets everything that's in here. Gets his long shot, gets his silvers, gets anything else. I think gets his long shot and his silvers. You know. Finish his dungeon out. Then go back to Water Temple. Because he has his boss key. So he doesn't have to go looking for it. I don't think Mira's gonna be in well. I do think Mira's gonna be out in the Colossus taking away the hero hint for that. It could just be for the song though. It could just be terrible. And it's like, oh yeah, here, Requiem's out here chilling. You need this for Spirit to Tequila. Terrible. Or it's a bonus. And we're really just in here like, oh no. Correct me if I'm wrong, Toxic. There are only 4 way the hero hints in this setting, in these settings? Or is it 5? Mira could just very much be a 20 skull. It could also be a Morpha. It could be chilling out in the desert. 5. We're missing 1. We're missing 1. Yeah, we're missing a way the hero hint then. Where are we missing a where the hero hint from? Market, Ice, Shadow, Colossus. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, that's terrible. True, it could be one of those. Or it could just be well. So it's probably Kokiri. It's probably Kokiri Forest then. It ain't Gak. So it's probably just for Kokiri Forest then. It's probably just for Kokiri Forest then. Okay. But I get the feeling it is out of Requiem because that's the only one that's not Storm's Lock that we haven't seen. Go, Storms is out of the Requiem. We have bigger issues. Like if Storms is out of Requiem, we have potential issues. Because that gives us well and a bunch of Storms Grottos. And I don't like that idea at all. Did I miss Forest Wind somewhere? I feel I missed Forest Wind somewhere. Because apparently, I'm guessing that was in Water Temple. That's the only place where I just had to check out for a little bit. Crater Fairy. I'm even longer. 19. And there is Gav picking up his long shot. God, Serenade. Okay. Rosalem is definitely Crater Fairy, which is honestly really nice. Nope. Gav! Wait, no. This is actually okay. This is actually okay, because he has his boss key. He has his boss key, so he's just gonna go straight to Morpha. He has his boss key, though, so this is actually not as bad of a play as we're playing it up to be. This is not as bad of a play. I hope so as well. That is my prayer. Is that he's gonna play he's gonna play Prelude, get his boss key, go over there, and he's gonna be like, oh crap, wait, this is Stone Brick, right? But I'm also hoping he just goes back into Water Temple and just finishes off Speak Shadow. Like that is my absolute hope. He misses the one cycle here on Morpha, which kind of sucks, but my absolute hope is that he just either plays Prelude here, or he goes right back into Water Temple. Morpha, please, please, nice. Thank you. Like, so either he plays Prelude, gets his Ganon boss key, and that's when he realizes he has to go back into Shadow, or he goes right back into Water, uses his Forest Wind, and goes to finish Shadow, so he gets his Silvers, finishes out Shadow for that stone, and then heads out to the desert. So I don't exactly blame him here for placing his Forest Wind again and then playing Serenade, because he does, like I said, he did have his boss key already, so this made this a lot easier, a lot faster. I'm gonna cook you up. Okay. I forgot how to cook you up. Don't mind me. So we'll see what he does. Because like I said, he could just go right back into Water and use this for his win. Or, which is what we don't want to see, he plays Prelude, realizes and be like, crap. Or he's gonna shoot the sun. Because this is a meme play. What's on shoot the sun? Is that a bomb? That's a bomb refill. So nothing will shoot the sun, thank God. as Dylan is heading towards Dragon Statue to go get his boss key. Gav, where are you going? Wait, is it faster to just cross the bridge and then hop down? No, Gav! Gav! He's gonna cross on foot. He's gonna cross on foot. I really would have just gone back in the water temple. Shintu's in shadow, yes. We love Gavin. Better complain about that. My only thought is, if it's not getting the Kokiri way the hero hint, it's just a repeated hint. Somewhere. Because that's all I can think of how much these have just been like this. This is a surprisingly nice seed for a stone bridge because of how everything's kind of been laid out for the most part. Like, the only dungeon I think you just don't go, like, so far the only dungeons you don't really have to go into are Jabu and Fire Temple. So far. Because there was nothing in Boomerang Chest, so... I never thought about doing that. I've always just... It hooks up the target. That makes sense, though. Go back to... Check the hammer rocks, at least! Dang! I at least checked hammer rocks before heading into Fortress directly. Make sure of that. But now Dylan can get his Ganon symbol boss key as Gav goes into GTG. Gav, no! Dylan will shoot the sun to see there it is. Absolutely jack of nothing. As Gav, as I said before, goes into GTG. He wouldn't have done this. Bye, Deasley! Have fun with Scrubs! So yes, there are a lot of Ocarina of Time Randomizer tournaments going on at the moment. There is a co-op tournament on the Silver Gauntlets channel. They have their next race planned for the 27th of September, which is part of our top 4 qualifiers. Scrubs tournament has 2 tournaments going on. They have their second season of Scrubs and their Baby Dodongos tournament, and season 1 of Baby Dodongos going on right now. SG Live is having their qualifiers for SG Live 2020. A lot of good stuff going on right now. Zelda's just having so many tournaments. But SG Live 2020, as I mentioned before, as Gaborone crosses the wasteland and Dylan follows after him to cross the wasteland. Don't blame them here. Don't blame either of them here. Colossus is way the hero. We don't have a mirror shield. We don't have a boomerang. Those are we don't have light arrows. Those are the things that we're really missing. Most of them had mirror shooter light arrows. Both of those are really nice. But SG Live 2020 is happening completely online. It is from November 7th through 15th. You can check out the full info at speedgaming.org/SG-Live. The main tournaments that are happening for SG Live are Ocarina Time Randomizer, Final Fantasy 1 Randomizer, and A Link to the Past Randomizer. There's also a marathon that'll be happening during that week. It is going to be good stuff. So check them out. It'll be really great. Really excited. I am a little sad that that it's not in person this year as it was last year, as you will not be able to see me in my Shikiku as we did last year, which I think a lot of people enjoyed. The Fairy Fountain just gives us 20 rupees, so it is either what is on the arch or it is the song out here. If the song is Epona's, we're crossing that wasteland right back. But however, if the song is Requiem, then that means something's on Child Spirit, because the game likes torturous. If it's something on the arch, and we're just like, well, we need to find Requiem. Or it's both, because, like I said, this game likes torturous. I didn't see what was on the arch. Gav, go back out and see what was on the arch. It is Vanilla Requiem. Which means something's either up on that arch, or we need Child Spirit. That's not good. That lost wood is foolish hint again. I still can't see what was up on that arch. Go back to ship. Gav, I wouldn't have played Prelude here. Get your boss key. He's going back child. He's gonna check Child Spirit. Or he just realized something. I think he just realized something. Gav, please. He's going back in the shadow. He's going to use his Horace Wind to get back to where he was, which makes him a little faster. Oh, we're seeing Dylan in GTG. Gav, you have Horace Wind. Take advantage of the fact that you have Horace Wind. So now all he has to do is clear shadow, and then he can check Adult Spirit from here. As we already know, right hand is just a ice trap, but we don't know our key logic, so we don't know if we actually need. Yeah, the extra movement in shadow, and the fact that he got through water a little faster. Hi, Spike! Long shot was in Shadow Temple. It is actually here in Shadow Temple. In the pot here in Shadow Temple, it is also Shadow Temple also has your silver gauntlets. As we see here, which is why we were yelling at Gavroni. Gav, we love Gav, but Gav has done some interesting plays, as I think he might have misread some settings there. Either misread some settings or misread the pedestal. We'll find out in the interview if we're doing interviews. I forget if we're doing interviews. Yeah, Gav definitely had that lead of going into Dodongo's Cavern early, but he didn't use it right. Oh, there's double magic! Yeah, stopping Shadow early, not once, but twice! definitely lost in that advantage. But it hasn't done too much just yet because there's been nothing in GTG so far. Dodongo's Cavern had Hookshot, your Hovers, and your Scale. Dodongo's Cavern was just loaded. That's interesting what Dylan's doing here. Oh, I'm so sorry, Spike. The only dungeon so far we have not had to go into is Fire Temple, and nothing's been so far in Jabu, because it was just a piece of heart on the original. On the boomerang test, I had to think about my wording. Also, I'm still commentating, so I'm a little fuzzy. Gav's gonna get his second Dekina capacity. I believe he already has. I'm pretty sure he already has Bosky. Pretty sure he already has Bosky. I don't remember. Yes, the Fire Temple play is definitely what put him behind, but having an early Bosky in Fire didn't put him too much behind. Like I said, definitely the dipping Shadow after the first strength, and then dipping again after long shot. It's just like, yeah, don't do that. Okay. Give me a second. It was doing a quick refresh. Dylan's gonna get his Requiem here, and maybe we will see what's on the arch, because didn't get to see that very clearly the first time. See, now I'm curious, with Requiem being out here as vanilla, and Desert Colossus being Way the hero, either that's for Spirit Simple Key logic, or something's up on that arch, and neither of these runners have looked up there properly for me yet. And a nice clean kill of Bonga Bongo from Gavaroni, so that clears Shadow Temple for him. Was it an arrow refill? I don't think you've missed Skull 20 made on either side. Yeah, it looks like an arrow. Okay. So it is definitely... Oh, no, that's for key logic. Oh, no, that's for key logic. So I think our Requiem would, So I think Requiem being vanilla is for key logic and nothing else. Oh, no. Oh, no. Nothing's on the arch, nothing was at the ferry. That's for key logic. That's disgusting. Now that Gav has finished Shadow Temple, so he's going out to Spirit Temple now to follow after Dylan. And so far, I'm worried about that Spirit Temple key logic. Oh, I'm worried about Spirit Temple key logic. There's our last bow! So will we get a key on adult side, or are we child locked out? Because that's what this game is trying to tell me. Yeah, Dylan's at least 19. We'll see if he picks up another skull here in Shadows in Spirit Temple. Temples are in this is the language. There's boss key. So yes, we are Spirit Temple. We are child side locked. Knew it. Key logic. Don't you love it? Spirit Temple key logic is a wonderful, wonderful thing. I love key logic. I do. Spirit Temple key logic is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yep. Dylan's also Gav's also realizing the Spirit Temple. Yeah, they're pretty much a minute apart here. About probably a little less than that, but about a minute apart sounds about right. More, a little less. But they both know that they have to be Spirit Temple child because key logic, because that's what Requiem's Way the Hero was for. It's always lovely when Requiem's Way the Hero for Spirit Temple key logic. Spirit Temple key logic. Yes. Dylan got Requiem when he came out here because he crossed the desert from GTG. He did not go into GTG, he just got his card and came over this direction. There's a key. They have dens. They have dens. I just realized this. I do adore these runners. I do. I'm also a terrible person. I will. Talk about them when I know I'm not this good. So yeah, after Dylan has got his keys that he needs, he's going to head back to Adult to continue to finish out Spirit Temple. Where is our mirror shield? That is the question of the day. I wouldn't be surprised with some 20 skulls. Like, at all. No, maybe? Hey, Toxic! Because I'm bad at this. Which hand is Vanilla Mirror? Left? Okay. So yeah, Silver Gauntlet chest is the ice trap. Did we ever see this chest? I don't think we ever saw this chest. Okay. Nothing in this chest. Which means it could be in spirit. It could be 20 skulls. It probably be 20 skulls. Scares me. It could be Sunsong Grave. We haven't seen this. Because they got Sunsong kind of late. They never really had a moment to come back in there. And yeah, Dylan does not have Sunsong. So this is Mirror Shield. Nah, thank God. So this is the heart container. I was gonna say this is Mirror Shield, then Dylan has to go get his. But it's not, so he's fine. So, now that I'm thinking about it, Mirror Shield has a couple places it can be. It can be on 20 Skulls. It can be here in Spirit Temple. It can be out in GTG. It could very much well be also just chilling in Jabu. It could be deeper in Spirit. I mean, deeper in Fire. It could be down in the well. And there's 20 Skulls for Gav. You didn't miss 20. Good to know. So Gav's gonna check 10 and 20 here. Because he did not check 10 earlier. That's a piece of heart. And 20 Skulls has for us a Highland Shield. So it is not 20 Skulls. It, like I said, it could be well, it could be Jabu, it could be Fire Tip, it could be deeper in Fire. It could be still sitting in Spirit. There's a Goron Tunic. We don't actually have storms. We never got the we never got storms. It could be chicken. It could be chickens. I forgot about chickens. If it's chickens, I'm good. I'm good with her. Oh, don't let it be chickens. Chickens is the one check no one likes doing because of the 2-minute check. It's slow. You're not like unless you do it. You're very like you're not in child cackler. But it could be your own chickens. It could be. Oh God. Wait. That's Bolero. Okay, so we know where. So we know what. So if Storms is on OOT, Mirror Shield can't be down and well. But if Opponents is on OOT, then we know Mirror Shield can't be on horseback archery. So, and because OOT they sometimes hit with Stonebridge. Ugh. Go fillet? I guess? So Gav actually hits one of the chickens there because I don't know if it's one or both of the chickens there because it actually sends them closer to the pen. Which makes it easier just to kind of grab them and throw them in. Just a recovery heart on chicken, so it's not chickens, it's not 20 Skulls. That clears out child except for the well. The well is the only thing left, which is still a scary thought. Because if it's down in the well, oof, that's just a oof. Lights could be down in the well though. Mirror Shield ain't down there, something down there. Maybe, probably, possibly. God knows. God only knows what's down in the well. There's a wallet that we kept joking about. So we can't check Opponent's song because Opponent's is either on OOT or it's on Prelude. And if it's on OOT, well, we're never getting that one. And if it's on Prelude, we need a rank. We haven't seen it. We know what Bolero is, because Bolero's on Burning Cack. So I think he's gonna finish up the bomb checks right here out in the field, which is good. Mirror Shield, it was not vanilla Mirror Shield. Vanilla Mirror Shield just was a bloopy. And we know left hand is just a Mirror Shield. It's just an ice trap, not a Mirror Shield. Okay. No, we don't like that. I was like, are we mirror lock? There's still a couple places where this lovely Mirror Shield could be in Spirit Temple. But as we continue to go through Spirit Temple, those chances become a little less likely. More and more likely that it is not in here. Tech has a piece of heart. Bosky chest just has a bundle of arrows, so it's not there either. We are mirror locked out of Spirit. It is not in Spirit Temple. It wasn't in Shadow. So it could be in GTG. It could be down the well, depending on where our Storms is. Depending where our Rang is, too. That's another one. It could be Deep Fire Temple. It could be, actually, because we have everything to go deeper into Fire Temple. It could be. We know it's not Tech, right? We just saw that. So where is our Mirror Shield? Yeah. So where do you go from here? Honestly, this is a terrible thought, but I think they both have the same thought here. You go back into Fire Temple. So for Dylan, you just go into Fire Temple. For Gav, you go back into Fire Temple. Also, for whoever's tracking Gavaroni, he has finished Shadow Temple and Water Temple. Wait, did we lose our tracker there? Bright and Maid. I don't know who's tracking who. Okay. I was like, I don't remember who's tracking who. Thank you, Maid. Like I said, with Gav have already finished Fire Temple. Dylan picks up his Sun Song. He's gonna immediately go deeper. Meanwhile, Dylan is just gonna do some more overworld checks before heading into this temple. So this really, like I said, this begs the question: where is our Mirror Shield? Where's our Light Arrow? Dylan has a slight advantage because he has a tunic, but ain't much of an advantage past that. There's Dylan picking up his forest one where it's not really nice and useful. But it could be, because it's possibly going on a fire temple. So far, nothing yet, which is, like I said, scary, because yeah, it's a heart container in the wall. As Gavaroni continues to climb the temple. There's Dylan's getting his ice arrows. Alright, because Dylan hadn't come in the crater yet. This is his first time in the crater. So Dylan will also get his big Goron sword here, which will help him a little bit against Vagia, because you need the key off of her. Yeah, it could be in GTG. Mirror could be in GTG, Mirror could be here deeper in fire. Depending on what we find first. If we find, we'll either find Rain or we'll find Mirror. And if we find Rain here in fire, that means we have to go back in Ajabu, which is not an ideal situation, because this means this is a through all dungeons. Yeah, quick. But it also could just, like I said, could be chilling in some odd places. Like I said, it definitely does. Like for GT, so for Fortress in GTG, for Fortress in GTG, to full clear out Fortress, you need Eponas. We don't know where Eponas is, but I'm thinking it's not on horseback archery. If anything's on horseback archery, it's our light. But it would be terrible if both Mirror and Lights are on for horseback archery. Yeah, we can get. We've been out to GTG actually. I definitely know Dylan has. I'm not sure if Gav has gone over there himself yet. No, Gav has. Both runners have gone over to GTG. Both have their card. Dylan's the only one who has been inside. Well, Gav has not. But like I said, to full clear out GTG, to clear out Fortress, we would need Eponas, which we don't know what Eponas is, which is why I'm worried about it a little bit, but not as much, because that could really only lock our lights, or it could lock our mirror, depending where it is. But so far, Fire Temple hasn't had anything either. Yeah, I'm cold again. Hold on. So nothing could be here in Fire Temple, and we just wasted time? Or we find Rain, Lights, or Mirror here in Fire, and we really are just sitting here like, oof. Bit of a scary timing here. There's Dylan getting his Fire Temple boss key. Let's see if he goes further or if he just goes straight for Vivage. I think he's gonna go straight for. I think he might go straight for Vivage just to get the key off of her, but I'm not sure. I wouldn't blame him if he just he can go kill Vivage. More than likely here. For checking this chest. Cider for the ice trap. Just a bomb refill in the shortcut. As I said, so far there's been nothing in this temple. But we're gonna check up and see what Pierre and Megasun Hammer Pierre, Megasun Hammer, and Highest Goron all have. I believe those are the last checks in this dungeon for Gav. In the meantime, we see Dylan is working on his Ovagia kill. As I said, Gav climbed higher. I promise you my English is not normally this bad.
Let's see what this just says up here.
I believe this is Pierre normally. I believe this is referred to the Pierre just. Just a small key up here. So yeah, depending on what's where, this seat was really kind of nice, and then it turned into a mirror shit hunt. I might have actually set up here. I don't know. Pierre and up here kind of after a while blend together in my head. I'm cold. My mother took my Kikus away. Well, my Kiku. My sheep one, which I had in my room for times like this when I'm cold, but I don't want to put on the actual clothes. The Kiku works perfectly out. Because, you know, it's comfy. I always really like that ground jump to get on top of those pillars. This is really cool. So now we're heading up towards Megaton Hammer Chest and highest Goron here. Checking highest Goron first. As, you know, need the Megaton Hammer to do these. Okay, he might have checked Megaton Hammer Chest. I don't think it's here in Fire. So it's not here in Fire. Which means it's over in GTG. Dynamite Wasteland! This is a seed. Yeah, it is. You really want the well. I can tell you just really, really want the well. Did Gav not get locked out? Yeah. Okay, so Gav doesn't realize he's actually mirror locked out of here. Okay. Or they just never did this check, I remember. So, I don't think Gav knows. So yeah, Gav doesn't know he's mirror locked out just yet, but... It's honestly either GTG or we gotta find a rank. Or like either Mirror Shields in GTG, or we find the rank. Or we find the rank over there and we really in trouble. Because this was almost no dungeon seed. I'm dropping things. So yeah. Dylan's gonna find nothing here in Fire Temple, just as Gav has already found out. Cold. So I wouldn't be surprised from here if we see them both head over to GTG. I think we'll see Dylan head to GTG first. I think we'll see Dylan head to GTG first, and then Gav follow not too long after him, depending on how long it takes for them to realize both of these ventures were absolutely nothing. Except keys. Keys. This is a really cool strat for this room. That you can do both child and adult. Did I robot? Am I roboting? I don't know if I'm roboting. Or if I did robot. Here's Gav getting his tunic. But yeah, I can see GTG from both of these. Okay. I'm wondering if it's when the stream itself buffered, because it buffered for a little bit for me. So yeah. Both of these drones are gonna find absolutely nothing in these ventures. The only thing Gav's gonna find is keys. Just lots and lots of keys. In fact, he's gonna find all his keys. He's gonna find all his keys, but not the mirror shield. And he's gonna be upset about that. Yeah, no. Double magic is in GTG. Go find his wallet, though. Which is useless. Said he'll have all his keys, have a wallet, no mirror shield to really match with it. So yeah, I think with this, because he knows that's an ice trap on the other side, I wouldn't be surprised if he just dips from here. If he just... He knows he's I'm thinking... Yeah, he went through a couple of them a little faster, but with Gav grabbing his big Oron sword not too much earlier, that lead is kind of dissipated for the most part. Man, we're mirror shock. We are mirror shield locked out of spirit, as we already knew from when Dylan was in here. But we shall see what Gav does from here if he goes straight out to GTG after grabbing the magic he needs from these guys. He has like no magic. Oh, he's gonna place his forest win here. That's actually an interesting play, and honestly a good one too. Excuse me, because that puts him back at the top of spirit when he comes back here. And that puts him right at the perfect spot for mirror shield checks. So yeah, I think from here he's gonna control check GTG. He's gonna reverse Wasteland from here. It's a nice job, Gav. So he's gonna do check the top of tile climb here, which is actually a good idea. It gives him this iron knuckle. He just boys this iron knuckle because he has the key. gets to do this room, which... Did we see this room earlier? I don't actually remember if Dylan did this room earlier. I want to say he did, and like I said, there's still no mirror shield here. Yeah, Dylan did this room earlier, I remember now. Similar method of... Yeah, there's a piece of heart there. So from here we're gonna see Gav cross the wasteland to go over to Desert Colossus as Dylan continues in his Fire Temple play. To find Jack and all. Oh wait, I don't think did we see Megaton Hammer Chest from Golden Age? My brain is now not sure if we saw Megaton Hammer Chest from Gavaroni. And my brain also says that we did see this because why would you leave Megaton Hammer Chest? Yeah, which is key, okay. Yeah. So yeah, nothing in Fire Temple. Or he did his double key. I don't remember. One, two. But either way, nothing was in Fire Temple. Gav crossing the wasteland. Let's see where Dylan goes from here. Dylan's playing Minuet from here. Where are you going, buddy? I'm curious on where Dylan's going from here, because there's not a lot of places you can check from. There's not really a lot of places left to check. Like I said, GTG is where my definite brain says... Oh, he hasn't checked the Wolfos Grotto here in Sacred Forest Meadow. And we know this was nothing. Like I said, so there's not a lot to find out here in GTG, which, like I said, makes me do kind of worry a little bit because of what we could find out here. Gav having some trouble with this jump. And Dylan's going back child. What's left child? That's not the well. Is Dylan? I think Dylan's gonna go do chickens. I wouldn't be surprised if Dylan goes to do chickens. Yeah, I think Dylan's gonna go finish out his... He's gonna go do chickens just to make sure. Check 20 skulls. It's not Top of Fortress. Top of Fortress is just a bundle of arrows. Yeah, so I think Dylan's just gonna finish out some checks. He's gonna check Dompe, check Sun Grave. No wait, he checked Dompe. He's gonna check Sun Grave. Do chickens. Newcomer? Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't even realize he talked to the guard. I didn't know she had a line for you if you talked to her after opening up GTG. Nothing. It's just them checking over stuff the other has already done. But we have not found Mirror Shield yet. And it's just sitting here. Fabbing out. And the key. Piece of heart. Nothing's on the right side of the maze. We can check. Ugh. We can check all of GTG, which includes the toilet. We found Lynn's. Lynn's was in Ice Cavern. Ice Cavern let us. Lynn's got us our treasure chest mini game, which then gave us iron boots to clear water temple because we have not seen a scale. I haven't seen a second scale yet. I've only seen one, and here's Gav's double magic. Yeah, Lynn's was actually kind of early because they pretty much just gave us ice cavern. They pretty much just gave us ice cavern. Like, here, go to ice cavern, play like items like really early, especially with it being Way the Hero. We're just like, no, go to ice cavern. Don't go anywhere else. Go to ice cavern. I don't care if you want to go anywhere else. Go to ice cavern. That's pretty much what the seed said. So yeah, Dylan's doing chickens, which we know is nothing. So we think so we're, like I said, out here in GTG, the only real things we could find that would be the only thing we can find out here in GTG would be either our ring or our mirror shield, because I don't think there's anything else we can do. We can't get into the well. We've already checked the first second Jabu. Cleared all the fire, cleared all the forest was foolish. We haven't seen Gold Scale, but Gold Scale gets us nothing. Gold Scale just will give us logic, and nothing more. Is into the slingshot. We don't have storms to go into the well. So it's like we need to either find Rang, which can give us our storms, or we find Epona, which gives us our. Or we finish, or I guess if we get Rang, we get either storms or Epona, and if we get storms, that's well. There's Mirror Shield. That's go mode. That's actually really good for Gav. Now don't be so sure, Chloe. I mean, don't be so sure, Nemesis. We don't have light arrows yet. He did have silvers. There's light arrows. Never mind. GG, guys. Never mind. I swear the scene hears me talking crap about it, and then it just is like, no, I'm gonna prove you wrong. The scene knew just to prove me wrong at the right moment. Yeah, that's just. Oof. Yeah. That's like honestly placing Furos where he did was absolutely perfect for Gavaroni. Because he's like, I know where I need to go. Like, that was pretty much perfect spot for him. I'm confused on what Dylan's doing here. Gab just needed to finish Spirit. He just literally has to kill Twin Rova. That gets him his bridge. He has his boss key. He has his light arrows. He'd be finished after this. Meanwhile, Dylan has to go back to GTG. Dylan has to go back to GTG to get his mirror shield in the silver block room, and also Spike. I'm pretty sure Dylan did have his silvers when he did GTG the first time, because he finished Shadow before he went GTG. So where is Dylan? Where are you going? Is Dylan gonna take the long way? Is Dylan taking the long way? And a nice, clean, quick kill on Twin Rova for Gabaroni. I wonder what Twin Rova has. Like, I'm actually kind of curious on what Twin Rova has. It'd be funny if this is the Rang. This would just be funny if it's Rang. Oh, Dylan's finishing up overworld checks before going back to GTG. Oh no! Oh, I'm just not even gonna check what's on Twin Rova. That's valid, but I'd like to see if what it was, just to see what it was. Oh. And that is Gavaroni in go mode. He has all of his stones, so yeah. And he's gonna go up to Ganon, and he's gonna go climb the tower now. And go defeat the pig. This was an interesting scene. You didn't have the only ones you never had to go into were Fire and Jabu. They both went into Fire looking for their mirror shield, but it was not necessary. You never touch well, but you did have to do GTG, and you had to do because Ice Cavern was way the hero, so just like, nope, you gotta go in there. You gotta go in there. You also didn't need skulls this seed. Just didn't need skulls this seed. Didn't need skulls. While your dungeon layout was not the nicest for Stonebridge, it wasn't absolutely terrible either. Shadow and Spirit are just long. And honestly, not finding Rang made this a little nicer because then it doesn't send you into Jabu. It doesn't send you to get the song. So that's... And we knew the song for Burning Cat was, excuse me. We knew Burning Cat's song was just Bolero. We didn't check validation chest, so we don't know what's up. We never know what's in there unless Dylan decides to check it afterwards. And he finally gets his mirror shield and climbs up the tower, and then decides to climb up the tower. Okay. Did you find my light arrows at Spirit Temple? Yes, I did. Because my commentator decided to say something and then I had to prove her wrong. So as Dylan's having a little trouble with the Wolfos here, they decide to be Wolfos. Gav is doing his fight against Gendorf. With his bottle, his hammer, and his light arrows in hand. And a quick, nice, clean kill on Ganondorf for Gavaroni as he goes now into his pig fight. And here's Dylan picking up his mirror shield, and he's going to warp back out. Back over to Spirit Temple. Now Gavroni goes into his Ganon fight as Dylan goes back to climb up Spirit Temple again. Because I believe he left his Forest Wind in GTG. Actually, I don't remember where Dylan left his Forest Wind, but I don't think it was here in Spirit. If it was here in Spirit, it was not in a good space like Dylan like Gav left his. What's the language? I am gonna turn that down a little bit in my ear because that is kind of loud. Gav using his... It's actually kind of interesting how Gav's using the hammer here with the fact to do damage to Ganon's tail. And there's Dylan picking up his light arrows, and it seems a little frustrated with that idea. As Gavroni is about to do his final hit on Ganon to finish the race with a time of 3:03.34. GG to Gavroni for winning this race on Restream, and Dylan is continuing through Spirit Temple to finish off this race. Oh, thank you for changing the... Sorry, I just read something. Dylan's doing his Dylan's doing is killing a brew knuckle. Hi, Gav. I didn't see you joined us.
Invite, so I joined.
GT.
If it wasn't apparent to the restream, I may have forgotten the religion.
We were like, oh, did he read his pen wrong? Did he forget? And then we got the Ganon symbol, we got the Ganon Kazabowski, we were like, oh, yeah. He's mad.
And I was like, oh my god. So I go out to Colossus. I was like, yeah, this is gonna lead to the Rang somehow, right? That's the only item I need. Get out there, get Requiem, plan to go on Child Spirit, and then get the boss key. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Time to do literally everything in the game that isn't Spirit or GTG.
Yeah.
No way the Mirror Shield is there.
It was funny. We were like trying to figure out, like, okay. Funny enough, like actually, right as you got, like, I'm glad you actually, the way you cleared Spirit and left your forest went up the top. It was like, oh, that's actually a good idea. Because then that's the last thing you have to do with your Mirror Shield. I was like, oh, Lighter is probably going to be in here. They're going to be like somewhere else. Because this game doesn't like, because the seat is not like this entire time. And then you get pulled Light out. I was like, the seat did just hurt me just talking about it.
Right.
But
I actually normally skip everything until I get the hint, but I was in the situation where it was like, there's like 10 checks left in the game or some shit, unless I found Boomerang, so...
Yeah, it was literally just... It was pretty much just GTG was all that was left, because you didn't have opponents or, well, you didn't have opponents or storms.
Yeah, I assume Meringue is probably somewhere in Ganon's, which then opens all that up, obviously. Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate, but, you know, what are you going to do so you can't win them all?
Yeah.
I think I did alright in everything that happened, so I'm not too upset at the end of the day.
Yeah, on a restream, like I said, you finished first between you and Dylan. It was kind of funny because I was not expecting to have you two on restreams. I was just like, don't make first win the second place jokes. Don't make first win the second place jokes.
Roars win the 6th place or something this seed. I don't. Yeah.
See, it was an interesting one.
Yeah, it's actually really easy. I think. Like,
yeah,
really, when thinking like the seed was super free, but
the
not the way I.
The only place you really that both of you guys went to that you didn't have to was Fire. Like Fire just had absolutely nothing in it.
Jabu as well.
Yeah, but you typically want to check the first check of that one because you got letter bombs bow and a scale super early.
Yeah, I think if I had remembered the win condition, I probably would have skipped it. But it does have like the Forest Medallion's actually pretty good in these settings still, so maybe I still would have done it. I don't know. But
yeah, when you left,
whatever. Yeah,
you left Shadow twice.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So when I got the strength, I was actually pretty sure that wasn't the Shadow Way of the hero, right? And I'm assuming that Shadow's a stone. I don't need to beat it at this point. So I was like, worst case, I'm gonna go do my progression, and then I'll come back here after if the strength isn't the if I don't find anything in like forest or I think I did fire as well before going back, and then because I was pretty confident.
Water.
Like super duper common, especially like with me considering Spirit as a not required dungeon. And then yeah, I go back, get the long shot. I was like, okay, this opens up the Colossus Way of the hero now. I can go beat water. Like the Colossus Way of the hero. A worst case is a song that leads to light arrows, which would have sucked. But in my, I was like, you got to take the 50-50 that it's going to be Boomerang for my last dungeon. And then, yeah, that's where everything hit the fan. And I was like, oh, well, guess I got to go beat Shadow now.
Yeah. Just you saw it, I was just like, oh no, he actually did forget. We were really hoping you didn't forget that. But it was kind of funny just so you was watching it happen.
If I hadn't gotten the boss key on the light arrow cutscene, I probably would have just forfeit after I didn't get the boomerang in Spirit somewhere. Because I would have been like, I must have missed a check. And because I wouldn't have remembered the win condition. So thankfully, like, the boss key kind of made my
Told you right
brain
then.
remember what was happening. But it was really unfortunate. Like, all the hints in this seed didn't really point me towards the stones at all. So I was like,
Like the only one that did was the Shadow Temple one.
yeah, that was just like
It's
waiting.
like Nocturne and Ice Cavern with your lens and Ice Cavern as well. Which is like when we got the market way here, I was like, oh, it's gonna be something like Bomb Shoe Bowling, or it's gonna be like Big Poke because you got both of those super early. And then it was just like, oh no, it's Treasure Chest me.
Yeah, I was probably gonna get to. I was like considering when I was going into Ice, like if I ever consider doing 1 in 32, like if Ice only had Nocturne, which is what I was expecting. I mean, I was like 90% sure Ice was gonna have Nocturne, but the lens was just in there as well, which is nice. And then I think I wanted to go down the river there, which I think was a pretty good play.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit safe, but I think playing safe in qualifiers is generally fine.
Yeah, having you go down the river when you like actually made it really nice in your favor there to get your dens. Because I was like, you were like, did he go down the river? I don't think he would. And it was like, oh, that works out perfectly. He goes gets his dens, he goes in the shadow, he goes clear shadow, and then you dip down. I was like, Way of the Hero? Did you miss that?
Yeah, it was brutal. Nah, yeah, like I said, I saw I got
The boss key, and that just was like, oh yeah.
correct, but it was, yeah, I don't know, it could have been better, but you know, better that I made the mistake in qualifiers than in the actual tournament, I suppose. So.
Yeah. And it's also good that you made it in the first qualifier, you know? Because that way your brain's actually remember, like, Stonebridge, Ganon's boss keys on lighter cutscene. Rather than being like, it's all medallions. I just have to do a medallion. It gives you that, like, nice remembrance, like, for later down the line, too. Like, Dylan's going into his Ganon fight. I've done this whole seed.
Yeah, Dylan and I talked before you guys invited me in here. And, yeah, he was like, I think it's time for me to retire. I was like, alright.
I might have blended your names together at one point or another.
That's fine.
Early
We were
morning.
a team, you know. That's a good.
Yeah,
well,
I think I said Gav. I think I said like I combined Gav and the end of Dylan. So it took me a minute. I was like, wait, no, that's nowhere near either of their names. But this was actually a really interesting scene.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like I said, I think it would have been. It felt straightforward, honestly, if you like knew the win condition. You got at that point, it's like pretty likely that you're just gonna get Requiem out there or something that leads to Mirror Shield. So
Yeah.
Shield itself could have just been there. And then you hear it. It's not there, and then you just go back to GTG. Is what I imagine most. Ever did who had pretty good visuals. I don't know. I think if I didn't like metagame super hard, I probably actually still would have been pretty close to winning. But sometimes you gotta respect the other players in the race. You know, there's a lot of good players in this race, and it sounds like everyone's maybe played a little like crap. I know talked to Cola, and he said he got the dins really late, which makes sense. I can see some people getting the hook shot in DC a little late too, so it's possible.
The hook shot or just I know Spike was in chat earlier and he just got bailed after the hook shot in DC. And GG to Dylan Meeble, who finished with a time of 3:13:03. So that is our qualifiers for this English is a language. That is our qualifiers for today. GG both to Gavroni and Dylan Meeble on this race. GG to all the runners that were participating today. Do we have Dylan in? Is there Dylan?
Hello. He's cooking. Oh, he joined. All right.
Hi, Dylan.
Hi.
GG.
Jeez.
This was a seed.
Yeah, it was a C. I think I was watching the restream there. I definitely did say I think this was the seed that I could see myself retiring.
I wouldn't blame
this
you.
game likes to punish me really hard sometimes. I just committed to never going back to GTG after I knew I had to go child for Child Spirit.
Yeah,
I was
when you
like-
just didn't go back, I was just like, no, go back.
I'm like at the top of fire, and I'm like, someone else has got to be finishing soon. If it was in GTG and no one did, and I get all the way to the top, and finally someone finishes, I'm like, okay, well, I'm about to find the item then. It's just in here. No.
Nope. Fire just was like, I have nothing for you.
Yeah. So yeah, I just committed to doing everything else, but
Now that I think about it, did anybody? I'm wondering if anybody in the race found the last Way of the Hero hint, because I think we only saw 4 of them.
I got
yeah, I
them
only
all.
found 4.
It was SFM, Ice,
Colossus, Shadow.
Colossus, and what was I did find it. Market.
Yeah, Mark, I didn't have SFM.
Okay, that's when we're missing them. It was Sacred Forest Metal. Okay, we're sitting here like we're missing. I feel we're missing a hint because I actually found out today that OCs are sometimes hidden in these settings.
Yeah,
Well, if it can
because the
pop up,
burning
technically.
cack is burning cack as always.
Yeah,
Found that
But-
out. I'm sitting here this whole seed being like, man, where's this OT hint?
yeah, but that makes sense. And the burning cack just being Bolero, I was like, well, that's unnecessary.
Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate because it requires you to beat fire to get. But I mean, I guess
That
you didn't
too.
beat fire.
But it's more because it was more saying that's absolutely nothing because you got hover boots so early. Because then you could have done the back walk to get the item on top of the volcano.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
it
it was like, oh,
wasn't bad. Just Bolero's a good warp song in general. Sucks to not have it, but
What can you do?
you
Like-
can remember the win condition and a better time.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
because in the race channel too, you were like you told Spike.
Oh yeah, I even
exactly what
explained it to
when-
Spike. Yeah, I remember booting up the seeds, seeing light medallion, and being like, "Yep, that's useless." And then I don't know what happened. My brain just forgot
brain
what
went
I was
right
doing,
back
I
to kill
guess,
ops,
and-
almost right back to kill op settings. I think it just was like, oh, it's weekly settings, it's fine. And then you got Bosky, and you were like, oh, no, it's stone. It's stone. It's Stonebridge.
I did a few field pumps there for sure when I was like, "Wait a second,
Yeah,
this
the
is
moment.
not for me, dude."
So for restream, it was Gavaroni who won. Dylan Meeple just finished a moment ago. But GG to both our runners and all the runners in this qualifier. We have more qualifiers coming up. Let me grab the this is what I want. I believe our next qualifier is the 27th. It is Sunday the 27th, so it'll be tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. EDT, 5:30 p.m. PDT, and 2 o'clock CEST. So 2 a.m. to know that one.
Not a very European friendly one, but they got this one, so we get the next one.
Yeah, it's being really nice of both, of kind of flip flopping between the EU and NA friendly seeds. To remind everybody, SG Live 2020 will be completely online this year as due to travel restrictions and the COVID-19 situation in the US. We have 3 main tournaments: the Ocarina of Time Randomizer tournament, which we just finished our first qualifier for, our Link to the Past tournament, Randomizer tournament, and our Final Fantasy 1 Randomizer tournament. That runs from November 7th. Nope. Yes, 7th through the 15th. There's also going to be a marathon during the entire week as well. That'll be, I believe, ran on SG Live 2. Don't quote me. But as I said, GG to both our runners. I believe that will be all, but I do recommend following our runners on Twitch, which you can do here. And I am Sheepy Amaya, and our trackers today were that English letters buttons were Beginner Bright 1 and Made Hard Work. Like I said, I am Sheepy Amaya. I do a lot of commentary. You can find this game. You can find the Ocarina of Time Randomizer through the OOC Randomizer Discord. I don't know the command for that in this channel. You can play this both through emulators on EverDrive and through VVC. It has a lovely community in which you can find a lot of resources for. Give me 2 seconds, I can get that command for you.
While you're doing that, I'm going to say thanks for coming, and I don't know who tracked, but thanks for tracking. I'm going to go eat some food. Have a good day, everyone.
Yeah, same for me. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, guys, and thank you guys for doing this. Yes, here we go. So these are the links so you can get the bracket for these qualifiers, for the brackets for this tournament, the schedule for the tournament, for the qualifiers, the Discord to join, for all your resources to if you want to get into OOC Randomizer. And the tournament starts on the 17th. On the 7th of November, I am having a lot of fun. I hope to see you all in chat throughout this. It was a good time. And as always, thank you all for joining us on SpeedGaming. And I hope to see you guys for SpeedGaming Live 2020. I'm Sheepy Maya, and I'm going to be heading off for the day. Bye, guys. Okay, before I dip off, so this is a randomizer tournament. It is, so in this randomizer tournament, we have the settings. So the items and songs are randomized. So items are randomized amongst each other, and songs are randomized amongst each other, along with the medallions and stones. In this tournament, you have the bridge set to all stones, so you have to get all 3 stone dungeons. So you have to get all 3 spiritual stones to open up the rainbow bridge. And the Ganon's Castle boss key is on the light arrow cutscene, which you need the spirit and shadow medallions for. Some seas can be all dungeons, which you need to do all of your medallions plus the stones. Some are just you have your stones and one other medallion dungeon. It all ranges. If you want to have more information, I believe the bracket or the schedule will tell you more. And you can always check in the Discord for the OOC Randomizer to help you out a lot more. SpeedGaming specifically does not just do Ocarina of Time Randomizer. It features a lot of other tournaments as well, and a lot of other races and other randomizers and a lot of other cool stuff. So if you definitely like what you saw here today, I will recommend giving this channel a follow. And English is a language. And sticking around, because like I said, there's a lot of tournaments going on, a lot of qualifiers going on, and as I said, I do need to sign off for the day. Thank you all for joining us once more. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Bye. Hope to see some of you guys back for our next qualifier. And this is Sheepy Amaya signing off.